Well, I'm poking about in the library today. Funny to be in it when it's empty, because normally when I come in here, I'm here catching you all working, dealing with those tricky maths problems, engaging with that thorny philosophical issue, learning how to conjugate those French verbs spot on for when the time is right. What I think I've found these last few days is that I've engaged more and more with the school's history. And where I'm stood is actually where Thring himself had his study back in the day. This is his desk. There are pictures of it. It's a much messier desk perhaps than those of you who've seen mine, but I suspect that came with the territory back in those days. And this is his throne, where he used to teach from. And sitting in the great man's throne, it has made me connect a little more with the school's past. Not just because we are the only generation, aside from Thring's, to be away from school while term is in session, but actually it does make you contemplate and realise the extent of this community, past, its power in the present, and the fact that we are the ones who have to make sure it has a really, really strong future. Talking about things in the community we really value and have managed to keep going during lockdown, I hope you tuned in to see the second edition of Friday Night as Music Night. What a brilliant thing to watch, such enterprise and imagination in the way it was put together. But I think what struck me most was the sheer talent that we have in our music department. So many of you are yourselves talented musicians, but actually without people of that ability driving you on and making you realise what can be achieved, it explains why we're such a strong music school and why you're also fantastic. If you haven't seen it yet, go to our YouTube channel. There it is, waiting for you to watch. And once you've watched it once, I'd be surprised if you didn't want to watch it for a second time. One thing I really wanted to do this morning was to share some successes. They're still going on, which is brilliant. We had our Chemistry Olympiad 2020 results in, and we did really well as a school in what's one of the toughest challenges for young chemists of school age. We had several people get bronze awards: Carlson White, Ellie Buttery, Alex Southern and Leo Liu. In silver, Amelie Gertz and Izzy White. And Matthew Howe, the brilliant Matthew Howe, managed to pull out a gold award. These are really significant achievements, and well done to our chemists. We're really proud of you. One lovely thing we do each year is the 500-word short story competition for the 4th and lower 5th form. I know you've all been sitting there agitating. Who's won? What are the results? Well, I can tell you now that highly commended was Henry Sandwell in the 4th form in West Dean. Well done, Henry. I gather you submitted yours in the form of a poem. In 3rd place, Kate McCallum in the lower 5th in Samworths. 2nd place, Alex Hardy in the lower 5th in Highfield. And the winner, 1st place, first prize to Eleanor Marriage in Johnson's 4th form. Congratulations to you all. And if you're dying to read those stories, you will get a chance, because they're all going to appear in 1584 when that's published at the start of next year. Last week I challenged you to get out there and support your local communities, and my goodness, what a response. There's been some wonderful things going on, and thank you for doing that. I know, Lexi Regis, you've been feeding the nation by picking asparagus. No doubt you've taken some home for the kitchen table too. Toby Coulson is taking on a challenge called Virtual Wales 3000, where rather than wandering through Wales, he's going up and down the stairs in his house 315 times to complete the 47 kilometres distance. He's going to be running, and sometimes walking, I suspect, a marathon to complete that distance needed after the stairs challenge. More details are available on Toby's Just Giving page, and his donations are going to go to Age UK to support the elderly, who clearly, within the COVID-19 crisis, are a group that are enormously vulnerable. And he wants to raise nearly £2,000 for them. So get out there and support Toby. Well done to Marcus Van Rest. He's been volunteering for Storehouse, a local charity which delivers food and other essentials to local families in need. He's also been delivering surprise toy parcels to people who are struggling with the lockdown. What great things you are doing. Oliver Jones and his sister have created a YouTube channel. We all quite like YouTube channels these days, called Stories for Quarantine. And he'll be uploading those aimed at young children who've run out of books to read. And I gather that Mr. Matthews already is very grateful for getting his youngsters off to sleep. Well done, Sam Birchnell, getting out to your local plant nursery to save stock and help distribution. And in these times of lockdown, there has been some sport. We played Oakham in a dice cricket match, and I don't care how the victories come, it's just that they come that matters, and we beat Oakham in that dice match, and I hope all of you involved had great fun. Many of us were following it on Twitter and watching it happen. We've got a Strava leaderboard going up, and 158 of you are members. That's brilliant. And 2 standouts from Mr. Dossiter. Clemmy Manning's, her commitment to running has been really impressive. She's run 3 hours and 4 separate runs this week. And well done to Will Barbrook. You're our top cyclist so far. So get involved, enjoy Strava, and please, if you're in the younger year groups, don't just think it's for the older ones. It's for all of you. It's for the whole school to get involved. And well done to constables in particular. 23 of you were mentioned in dispatches by Mrs. Hanrahan this week, from sewing scrub bags for the NHS, for bake sales to raise money in Hong Kong, people getting out and doing errands for neighbours, helping with parish newsletters, just making a little difference in your communities as you were asked to do. It's brilliant. Keep going with everything you're doing in that respect, because we're still going to be in a position for some time longer where those people who are vulnerable are going to find that actually those helping hands become more and more necessary for them feeling good about themselves and the world. So thank you, Uppinghamians. Keep that spirit going. So as I said earlier, here we are at the start of week 3. And I know that you've really risen to the challenge so far, and it's important that we carry on doing so. Those of you in the exam years, you'll be bringing the loose ends of study together over the next few days. Thank you for persevering as you have. I know it's been really hard for you, and I recognise the difficulty this year has thrown you on so many levels, but the fact you've responded as brilliantly as you have, I've really enjoyed seeing my teaching group, for example, and my colleagues have said the same thing. So upper 5th and upper 6th, you can really give yourselves a pat on the back. You've done a great job these last few days. And the rest of you, well, we carry on, we keep pushing on, making sure that that progress is there and that sense of involvement is as it should be. Lower 6, welcome back from your exams. I hope they went well. I know you'll be getting your heads down and making the most of the next 3 weeks as you can. As I said, we're here now beginning to plan for the return to Uppingham after half term. We really hope that's what's going to happen, and all the noise is saying that that probably is going to be the case. We're certainly going to know more in the coming days, and trust me, you will know as soon as I can how that's going to happen. We do want to see you again, and in the meantime, keep those spirits up, get those heads down, make the most of what's coming on, and just keep showing everybody just how brilliant the Uppingham community is. Have a very good week, everybody.